Welcome back, everyone. Former Abia State Governor Orji Uzokalu has a strong opinion about IPOB. Listen to him.
I wanted to report this. When you go to a place, somebody shows army uniform. Somebody say he has Biafra intelligence agency. Somebody tell you he has Biafran army. Do you need to bring police? You don't need to bring police, for God's sake. You need to roll out the army because he has challenged the sovereignty of our nation. And that is what it is. I don't know why people are shouting all over. I'm in Abia. I have seen mostly all the security chiefs. I've gone around Aba. I've gone around to see things by myself that the governors are trying to rally around now. They were, let me be honest with you, some of politicians were playing politics with it. They are thinking these boys will help them to win the election. It's impossible. It's not our law. It's not our way. Election must be democratically done. These boys are not capable of holding anybody to ransom because they are not sincere. Fight for Biafra is not a sincere fight. It's destruction. If it's sincere, it will succeed. If it's not sincere, it's gone to the dustbin because it's not sincere. What is sincere is that we must come back to see how Igbos, everywhere we are, we must get equity. Restructure is the only way that we can go. Country must restructure. Socially, restructuring does not mean divide the country. Restructuring means put things in order. We have gone past going to Abuja every month to share money. We are now thinking, how do we going to live together as a country? We should go back to the conference resolutions. Let's start with that, because that was constituted fairly. Let us go back. I'm pleading with the federal government, with everybody, to go back with the 2014 constitutional confirm, reform the report. Let us implement it. Once implement it, and they should know that the Southeast should have one more state to be able to balance. And we know that all this whoosh and every cry about marginalization, we start addressing it. So it's easy.
Former Governor of Abia State, Orji Uzokalu. Well, let me go back to Abuja now. Mr. Clement Nwanko, you, as a lawyer, let's look at some of these premises, the agitations, whether or not the Igbos are marginalized, and some of the issues that are being raised. From the scheme of things, politically, structure-wise, do you have that belief also that Igbos are marginalized?
Well, I mean, it's there for people to see what they assess. One of the most recent issues was the appointments that were made recently in the NNPC, and most people from the Southeast were concerned that you didn't seem to have a sense of anybody from the Southeast being appointed or elevated in those promotions that were made. I think politics is perception. The perception is deep in the Southeast, and it's not my opinion or indeed an isolated opinion. It's a deep perception in the Southeast that this administration particularly has not been kind or even equitable to the Southeast. And I think it's a political issue. When Minister of Information says that all of this is political and those who looted the treasury, I think he probably needs to focus a bit more on the political side of things, but also extend that to social. If you go to the villages, if you go to communities, there's a lot of people who feel that this administration has not been kind to them. And I think this administration needs to take a political decision on this question. I must make the point that I do not agree with the politics of Nnamdi Kanu. I think he's misdirected. I do not think that the Igbos want a Biafran country. But having said that, I think that there's genuine concern in the Southeast that this government has not taken good care of addressing the issues. A few days ago, I was traveling from Enugu to Oka, and it was really, really tough challenge traveling through the roads. Some of the pictures, some of the accounts you get on the federal government-owned and maintained and built Enugu-Onitsha Expressway shows that you even have trees growing on that expressway. Those roads, Enugu-Onitsha Express Road, Enugu-Port Harcourt Express Road, the second Niger Bridge, all of these are infrastructural concerns in the Southeast that there's no sense that this government or even the government before it have been able to address. So there is genuine concern in the Southeast about marginalization. There are two issues with Nnamdi Kanu. One is, of course, that you take the legal steps, which would be to activate the legal process, the judicial process, to put him or bring him to account. And I don't see why you can't do that. The other is, of course, that you get into a larger conversation about redressing what is clearly a deep perception of marginalization in the Southeast. In which case, were you to address that, then Nnamdi Kanu will be totally irrelevant. He's only the face of a few people who are a face of or taking advantage of the groundswell of opinion. And like I said, the Igbos, it is not even in the interest of the Igbos to ask for a Biafran country. And that's why a lot of people who are Igbos will not support Biafra as a country.
Mr. Nwankwo, just for a moment,